and let it roll away, roll away, roll away, roll away. Stay tuned, we got a lot to say. Consistently rolling.
Oh, welcome back to another episode of Consistently Rolling. See, I don't even know if this is a season 2 continuation or just me thinking out loud at this point. But I think I needed to say this somewhere, so here I am. I've been sitting with a lot internally lately. Not in separate categories, but all at once. God, faith, urgency, ego, survival, awareness. And I'm trying to understand how all of it operates inside me in real time. And I think what I'm realizing is I don't struggle with believing in God. See, that part feels real steady for me. I believe He exists. I believe there's guidance. I believe there's purpose, even when I can't see it clearly. But what I do struggle with is something else. I struggle with trust in motion, trust under pressure, trust when timing it doesn't match what I feel I need. And that's because when pressure builds, something else in me gets louder. It's the urgency, the ego, the survival thinking. And that doesn't always feel like negative things in that moment. They feel like responsibility. They feel like logic. They even feel like I need to fix this right now. And I've been learning that that's where things get complicated. Because, see, psychology would explain it as the nervous system shifting into survival mode. That's when the brain starts prioritizing immediate resolution over long-term alignment. It narrows perspective and it speeds up decision-making. It also reduces patience without me even noticing. But see, spiritually, I think that's where Proverbs starts to hit very different for me now. Lean not into your own understanding. See, because my understanding isn't always calm. Sometimes my understanding is urgency. Sometimes it's fear dressed in logic. And sometimes it's control, trying to create certainty. See, that's when I look at stories like Abraham. I understand him very much differently now. Because he wasn't someone without faith. He was someone sitting inside a promise, but also inside time passing. And when time passed without visible results, he tried to participate in the outcome instead of waiting through the process. And it wasn't because he didn't believe, but because pressure makes waiting feel so unsafe. I can relate to that more than I used to. Because when life feels like it's not moving fast enough, when responsibilities feel real, when needs are present, see, urgency, it starts to feel like wisdom. But it's not always wisdom. Sometimes it's just discomfort asking to be resolved. And then I think about something else. See, Buddhism, it talks about observing thoughts instead of becoming them. And I've been realizing how many thoughts I don't observe. I react to them. I become them. especially when they feel so urgent. And see, psychology would say in those moments, the prefrontal cortex, see, that's the part responsible for clarity and decision making. It gets overwritten by survival responses. So I'm not always choosing from my highest awareness. Sometimes I'm choosing from my activation. And that changes everything, because then later, I'm not just dealing with the situation, I'm dealing with the consequences of how I was in the situation. And that's something I've had to be honest about with myself. And it's not that I'm creating anything to shame, but in a way that creates awareness. Because I see a pattern. I feel the pressure and I move towards familiarity. I move towards what I know. I move towards what feels emotionally accessible. And that's even if it doesn't align with where I'm trying to go. See, and that's where ego shows up too. And it's not as arrogance, but as a sense of control. It's the part of me that says, I can fix this. I can handle this. I need to make this happen right now. And that's even when something in me knows I should pause. And that's where trust becomes more complicated than belief. Because I can believe in God and still not trust the timing I'm standing in. I can believe in guidance and still override it with urgency. I can believe in spirituality and still act psychologically from survival. So I guess what I'm rambling on and I'm really learning is faith isn't the issue. Awareness, that's not the issue. Belief, that isn't the issue. Integration is. It's what leads when I'm under pressure. Is it trust? Or is it ego trying to find uncertainty? Or is it even survival trying to create safety? And sometimes I don't even know in the moment. I only recognize it later. But I think that's the work I'm in right now. Not becoming someone who never reacts, but becoming someone who notices faster when I am reacting. And that's so I have more space between feeling and decision making. And maybe that space is where truth or trust actually lives. Not in perfection, and it's not in certainty, but in that pause, that wait. So I'm just learning how to not abandon myself in urgency, how to not confuse pressure with direction, and how to slow down enough to hear what's actually guiding me underneath everything else. I know I've been rambling on and just this is just where I'm at and these are my thoughts. But thank you, because this is Leisha and this is Consistently Rolling, where real life keeps moving. And so do we. I guess I'll come to you guys when I have another thought. Bye-bye.
that you don't wanna know. Some part of you wants it, just reach deep inside. Some part of you knows that there's much more to life. And even if you turn your head to look away, your heart's constantly rolling. If you keep on ignoring, it'll roll away. Don't let it roll away, roll away. Roll away, roll away. Stay tuned, we got a lot to say. Consistently rolling.